Hello, I'm Jason Fox, and welcome to today's edition of the Daily Beer, brought to you by me, Lee Klaus Beer. Today we are discussing the tweet, "Only the sick crave the bland." Think about that for 20 or 25 seconds while I sit here and amuse myself. No, I'm not going to do that. You know when you're sick, which is not fun, especially, and I'm, probably not the best time to talk about being sick in this age of COVID, but at least a vaccine is being sent throughout the country and the world as I speak. But when you're sick, you don't generally crave pizza or spicy Italian food or Mexican food. You crave broth, because who doesn't love a good broth? And such is true in advertising. Unfortunately, there are clients who only want bland advertising. I could call it blandvertising, but I would then have to, I wouldn't be here tomorrow. Let's just say that. They don't want anything that is actually going to work. They want the facsimile of advertising. They just want it to look like all the other ads so they can say they have done it. They fear good advertising, even though the only point of doing advertising is to do good advertising, because good advertising is what works. They take the modicum of success they have by having a massive media buy, and the fact that no advertising, or that some advertising is always better than no advertising, and they go with that. You can't bring them your best ideas because that is pointless. You wonder why they're your client. You should wonder why they're your client. If you're the one in charge of deciding who gets to be a client, wonder about that very, very deeply, and for a long time, until you decide that maybe they shouldn't be your client. Or maybe just until you can get another client to replace them. Just don't fall into the trap of, ooh, now we have 2 clients. Hopefully you have more than the 1 client, but beggars can't be choosers at this point in the game, can we? Anyway, they're the sick because they don't understand how things in marketing and advertising really work. It's not a real illness, but it might as well be, because it makes the rest of us feel awful. They probably feel great, actually. So it's an inverse sickness. It makes the person feel okay, and the rest of us that have to deal with them feel awful. Let's avoid that. And on that note, I'm Jason Fox. Have a good one.